Porch Lessons. I want to ask you something. Have you ever noticed we're living in a world that's obsessed with the outside of everything? New cars, new phones, new clothes, new houses. Some folks would paint a chicken if they thought it would lay prettier eggs. But let me ask you this. When's the last time you looked at an old thermos? Now, if you're under 40, you might not even know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those old metal thermoses that rode around in tractors, pickup trucks, and lunch boxes. By the time they were 10 years old, they looked like they lost a fight with a lawnmower. Paint chipped off, dents all over them, lids, it was usually gone. Somebody replaced it with whatever happened to fit. But you know what? But if that old thermos still kept coffee hot, nobody cared what it really looked like because the value wasn't on the outside, it was on the inside. And that'll preach if you let it, folks. Seems to me we've gotten things backwards. We spend a lot of time polishing the outside, trying to impress people, trying to look successful, trying to convince everybody we've got it all together. Meanwhile, some folks having empty thermoses. Grandpa used to say you can't make a chicken salad out of chicken feathers. In other words, if there ain't nothing good inside, eventually people are going to figure it out. There's another old saying, pretty is as pretty does. And that's true, folks. Character beats appearance every single time. Kindness beats popularity, integrity beats image, and faith beats pretending. I've known people that look like they've had everything together, but they were miserable inside. And I've known folks who drove old trucks, worn old wore out boots, and looked like they've been drugged through a blackberry patch backwards. But you know what? They were still full of love, joy, and kindness, and enough wisdom to fill a whole library. Those people, everybody wanted to be around. An old thermos doesn't work because it's shiny. It works because of what it carries. And the same goes true for us. So maybe the question today isn't, how do I look? Maybe the question is, what am I carrying around inside of me? Bitterness, angry, jealousy, or kindness, hope, faith, encouragement. Because sooner or later, whatever's inside is going to pour out. You bump a coffee thermos and the stuff in the thermos, the coffee comes out. You bump a person and what's inside of them comes out too. So here's your front porch lesson for today. Quit just worrying so much about the dents on the outside. Take care of what's on the inside. Because in the end, nobody remembers a shiny thermos. They remember who shared the coffee. Listen, I'm Mark Morgan, and I appreciate spending a few minutes, all of y'all, on the front porch with me today. Until next time, keep a rockin'. And remember, it's not the outside what keeps the coffee hot. It's what's on the inside what matters. Thank y'all.